Some vegetables that look healthy can actually drain your energy, slow your digestion, and quietly harm your body after 60 kg. You might be eating them every day, believing they're helping, when in truth, they could be working against you. As we age, our digestive enzymes weaken, stomach acid lowers, and nutrient absorption changes. That means certain veggies become harder to process, leading to bloating, fatigue, or even joint discomfort. According to the Cleveland Clinic and Harvard Health, older adults often react differently to foods that are perfectly fine for younger people. In this video, you'll discover the 4 worst vegetables silently hurting your health, and 4 powerful ones to eat daily for vitality, strength, and smoother digestion. Stay until the end because one shocks almost everyone over 60. Comment yes if you'd like more videos like this. The hidden problem with healthy veggies. For decades, we've been told to eat more vegetables, and that advice still holds true, but only up to a point. Because what's healthy for a 30-year-old body doesn't always stay healthy for one that's over 60. As we age, our digestion changes in subtle but powerful ways. Stomach acid levels drop, the pancreas produces fewer enzymes, bile flow slows down, and our intestines absorb nutrients less efficiently. All of this means that the same vegetables that once made you feel light and energized can now leave you bloated, tired, or even nutrient deficient without you realizing it. Take high-fiber greens or cruciferous vegetables. They're wonderful sources of antioxidants, but if your body can't fully break them down, they can ferment in the gut, producing gas and discomfort. Or consider raw salads loaded with kale, spinach, or broccoli. In younger adults, these support detox, but after 60 years, when digestion slows, those same compounds may interfere with thyroid balance or block calcium and iron absorption. According to Harvard Health and the Cleveland Clinic, digestive efficiency can drop by as much as 30% with age, especially for plant fibers and certain phytochemicals. That's why the same superfood smoothie that worked in your 40s might now leave you feeling sluggish or heavy. But here's the encouraging part. Your body isn't failing you, it's simply asking for a different kind of support. By understanding which vegetables stress your system and which ones truly nourish it, you can keep your energy high, your belly comfortable, and your mind clear. So now, let's begin the countdown. Starting with 4. A family of vegetables often praised for their health benefits, but surprisingly tricky for adults over 60. 4. Cruciferous overload broccoli. Cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. They sound like the heroes of every healthy diet. And for many people, they are. But when eaten too often, or in the wrong way, these super veggies can quietly backfire, especially after 60. Here's why. Cruciferous vegetables contain powerful sulfur compounds called glucosinolates, which help detoxify the liver and support hormone balance. But as we age, our digestive enzymes and bile flow decline, making it harder to break down those compounds. The result, gas, bloating, and that tight, uncomfortable fullness that seems to linger long after a meal. According to Harvard Health and the Cleveland Clinic, adults over 60 often produce up to 40% less stomach acid than in their younger years. That means tough fibers and sulfur molecules from cruciferous vegetables may ferment in the gut instead of being properly digested. Let's take a real example. Ellen, age 68, prided herself on eating clean. Every lunch included raw broccoli florets or cabbage slaw. Yet, she couldn't figure out why she felt bloated and tired by mid-afternoon. Her doctor explained that it wasn't the broccoli itself, it was her changing digestion. Raw cruciferous veggies were simply too demanding for her system. Once she began lightly steaming them and adding olive oil, her energy and comfort improved within a week. So what's the takeaway? If you love these vegetables, keep them. Just prepare them differently. Light steaming or roasting makes them gentler and easier to digest. Adding a splash of lemon or apple cider vinegar helps your body absorb key minerals like calcium and magnesium. And remember moderation. A few servings a week bring incredible benefits. But daily raw cruciferous overload can lead to thyroid strain or mineral loss in sensitive adults. Here's the bottom line. Your body after 60 isn't rejecting healthy food, it's asking for gentler nourishment. Treat your digestion with kindness, and even these strong vegetables can become your allies again, supporting your energy, your gut, and your peace of mind. Nightshades, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant. They look colorful, fresh, and heart healthy. And for most people, they are, but for many adults over 60, these beautiful vegetables can quietly trigger inflammation, joint stiffness, and even sleep disruption, all because of a hidden group of plant chemicals called alkaloids. Nightshades naturally contain solanine and capsaicin, compounds that protect the plant from pests. In small amounts, they're harmless, even beneficial. But as digestion slows with age, these compounds can linger longer in the system, irritating sensitive tissues and nerve endings. That's why some older adults notice their knees or fingers ache more after a tomato-rich meal, or why spicy peppers suddenly feel harsher than they used to. The Arthritis Foundation and Harvard Health have both noted that nightshade vegetables may worsen inflammation in a subset of adults, not everyone, but particularly those with slower metabolism, autoimmune conditions, or reduced gut resilience after 60. Let's make it real. Mark, age 72, loved his homemade chili loaded with tomatoes and bell peppers. But over the years, his morning walks became harder. His knees felt stiff. He blamed old age, until his nutritionist suggested a simple 14-day experiment, cutting out nightshades. Within 2 weeks, his stiffness eased noticeably. When he reintroduced tomatoes, the soreness returned within days. For him, the link was clear. So what can you do if you love these vegetables? You don't have to eliminate them completely. Instead, prepare them in ways that neutralize their harsher effects. Cooking tomatoes slowly, like in a soup or sauce, breaks down many of the alkaloids. Peeling the skin off tomatoes and eggplant reduces irritants, and combining them with olive oil or turmeric, both naturally anti-inflammatory, helps balance the body's response. Here's the bottom line. Nightshades aren't bad, but they can become too stimulating for aging joints and nerves if eaten daily. If you ever feel achy or puffy after a tomato-heavy meal, try reducing them for a few weeks and see how your body responds. Your body is a brilliant communicator. Sometimes, the small signals stiffness, warmth, fatigue, or simply its way of whispering, "I need a gentler kind of nourishment now." 2. Canned corn and pea sugar plus sodium traps. They look innocent sweet corn. Bright peas, easy to pour from a can and ready in seconds. But behind that convenience hides one of the most common traps for older adults: hidden sugar and sodium overload. Canned vegetables were once a household staple, especially for busy families. Yet, as we get older, our bodies simply can't handle excess sugar and salt the same way. After 60, the kidneys become less efficient at filtering sodium, and the body's ability to regulate blood sugar naturally declines. So even small amounts of added syrup or salt can lead to swelling, fatigue, or blood pressure spikes. A single cup of canned corn can contain up to 12 grams of sugar, and canned peas often carry 400 to 500 milligrams of sodium, far more than the body over 60 comfortably manages in one sitting. According to the Mayo Clinic, sodium sensitivity increases significantly with age, raising the risk of fluid retention, dizziness, or nighttime cramps. Let's look at a real-life example. Doris, age 74, loved her quick dinners: a can of corn, a little butter, and some rice. She thought it was a light, heart-friendly meal, but her ankles swelled most evenings, and her hands felt puffy by bedtime. When her daughter suggested switching to frozen or fresh vegetables without salt, Doris was skeptical. 2 weeks later, the swelling eased, and she felt lighter and slept better. Here's the truth. It's not the corn or peas themselves that are harmful. It's what's added to them. Canned veggies often soak for months in sweetened brine or sodium-rich liquid to preserve color and texture. Over time, those additives sneak into your bloodstream, stressing the heart, kidneys, and joints. So here's the simple fix. When you do buy canned vegetables, choose no salt added or packed in water varieties. Better yet, stock up on frozen vegetables. They're flash frozen at peak ripeness, keeping nutrients intact without sugar or salt. Here's the bottom line. Your body after 60 thrives on balance, not deprivation. By reducing hidden sodium and sugar, you'll protect your circulation, reduce puffiness, and feel that natural lightness return after every meal. 1. Raw kale and spinach oxalates and mineral blockers. Kale and spinach, the darlings of every green smoothie and salad bar. They're praised as superfoods, loaded with vitamins and antioxidants. But here's the hidden truth. When eaten raw and in excess, they can quietly block your body's ability to absorb key minerals like calcium, iron, and magnesium. The reason lies in a natural plant compound called oxalate. Oxalates bind to minerals inside your gut, forming tiny crystals that your body can't absorb. For younger adults with strong digestion, a little oxalate doesn't matter. But after 60 odds, when stomach acid and kidney function decline, those crystals can build up, sometimes contributing to joint stiffness or even kidney strain over time. According to Harvard Health and the National Institutes of Health, raw spinach contains some of the highest oxalate levels among vegetables. 1 cup of raw spinach has enough oxalate to significantly reduce calcium absorption from an entire meal. That means your bones, already more fragile with age, may get less of the minerals they need, even if you're eating plenty of healthy greens. Let's bring this to life. Helen, age 70, started drinking a raw kale smoothie every morning after reading about its detox power. At first, she felt great until months later. She began noticing muscle cramps, brittle nails, and low energy. Her nutritionist discovered her iron levels had dropped, even though her diet was rich in greens. The culprit: too much raw kale and spinach, blocking absorption. When she began lightly steaming her greens and adding a squeeze of lemon juice, her energy slowly returned, and so did her strength. Here's the good news. You don't need to stop eating these power greens. Just cook them lightly. Even 2-3 minutes of steaming breaks down most oxalates. Pair them with foods rich in vitamin C, like bell peppers or citrus, to boost mineral absorption. Here's the bottom line. Raw isn't always better. After 60, your body values warmth, softness, and balance, not intensity. Treat your greens gently, and they'll return the favor, nourishing your bones, your energy, and your beautiful, aging vitality. From avoiding harm to choosing nourishment. So now you've seen the vegetables that can secretly work against your body, not because they're bad, but because your digestion and metabolism have simply changed with time. And that's the beautiful truth about aging. Your body becomes wiser. It tells you what it needs if you're willing to listen. You don't have to fear food. You don't have to give up your favorite vegetables. You just need to make smarter choices, ones that match the rhythm of your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Because the same aging process that slows digestion also makes your body more sensitive to nourishment. When you give it the right foods, gentle, colorful, mineral-rich, it responds with steady energy, clearer thinking, and lighter moods. So now, let's turn the page and count down the 4 best vegetables to eat daily. After 60, starting with one that supports your eyes, your skin, and your heart all at once. 4. Cooked carrots. Beta-carotene and eye support. They're simple, sweet, and bright orange, yet cooked carrots hold one of the most powerful secrets to aging gracefully. While raw carrots are crunchy and fun, it's the cooked version that truly unlocks their strengths, especially for adults over 60. Here's why. Carrots are loaded with beta-carotene, the plant form of vitamin A, a nutrient vital for eye health, skin elasticity, and immune balance. But in raw form, much of that beta-carotene remains trapped inside tough plant fibers. When carrots are gently cooked, steamed, roasted, or simmered, those fibers soften, and the beta-carotene becomes 2 to 3 times more absorbable, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture and Harvard Health. After 60, your digestive enzymes and stomach acid are naturally lower, making cooked vegetables much easier. To process. That means your body can actually use the nutrients you eat rather than just pass them through. There's also a hidden bonus. The natural sweetness in cooked carrots helps balance blood sugar levels and reduce cravings for refined sweets. Their gentle texture supports digestion, making them ideal for anyone dealing with sensitive stomachs, dental changes, or mild reflux. Let's meet George, age 75. For years, he avoided carrots because he thought sweet means sugar, but his nutritionist encouraged him to try a warm carrot soup with olive oil 3 times a week. Within a month, George noticed something subtle yet powerful: clearer vision during evening reading, smoother skin, and a calm, steady energy throughout the day. So what's the best way to enjoy them? Cook carrots lightly until tender, not mushy. Pair them with a source of healthy fat: olive oil, avocado, or a sprinkle of ground flaxseed, because vitamin A is fat-soluble, meaning your body absorbs it better with a little oil. Here's the bottom line. Cooked carrots aren't just comfort food. They're a quiet form of protection. They nurture your eyes, your heart, and your confidence in aging well. And in a world obsessed with raw everything, this warm, humble vegetable reminds us that softness often carries the greatest strength. 3. Beets circulation and energy boost. Few vegetables surprise people over 60 as much as beets do. They're deep red, slightly sweet, and often overlooked. Yet they carry a natural energy secret your body craves as it ages. Here's why. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide, molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen. That means better circulation, steadier blood pressure, and more oxygen reaching your muscles and brain. According to Harvard Medical School and the Cleveland Clinic, nitric oxide levels naturally decline with age, sometimes by 50% or more after 60. That drop can lead to fatigue, cold hands and feet, and slower recovery after simple activities like walking or gardening. Beets help reverse that decline naturally, safely, and deliciously. Let's make it real. Gloria, age 69, struggled with low energy and occasional dizziness when climbing stairs. Her doctor ruled out serious issues but suggested adding more circulation-friendly foods. She began drinking a small glass of beet smoothie every other morning, just cooked beets, orange, and a touch of ginger. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her hands felt warmer. Her face had more color, and she wasn't out of breath as easily. Her doctor wasn't surprised. Better blood flow equals better oxygen delivery, and that means better energy. Beets also support the liver's natural detox process and provide folate and potassium nutrients that keep nerves and muscles functioning smoothly. For many older adults, this gentle boost in blood flow helps improve alertness, sleep quality, and even mood. Here's how to make them senior-friendly. Cook or roast beets until tender to reduce oxalate levels and make nutrients easier to absorb. Pair them with citrus or vinegar to enhance flavor and aid digestion. And if you take blood pressure medication, talk with your healthcare provider, since beets can naturally enhance those effects. Here's the bottom line. Beets remind us that vitality isn't about doing more, it's about flowing better. A warm bowl of roasted beets or a simple beet salad can rekindle circulation, restore natural energy, and remind you that age doesn't have to slow you down. It can, in fact, help you move with more grace and purpose. 2. Cooked leafy greens, magnesium and digestion, aid. Spinach, Swiss chard, collard greens. They may not be flashy, but for adults over 60, they are one of nature's calmest gifts. Here's why. These leafy greens are loaded with magnesium, a mineral that quietly supports hundreds of body processes, keeping your heartbeat steady, your muscles relaxed, and your digestion smooth. Yet most older adults simply don't get enough. After 60, absorption of magnesium declines, and certain medications like diuretics or acid reducers can deplete it even more. The National Institutes of Health notes that magnesium deficiency in older adults is linked to muscle cramps, constipation, and even restless sleep. And here's the beautiful part. Cooked leafy greens make magnesium easier to absorb. When you lightly steam or sauté them, the cell walls break down, releasing minerals your body can actually use. Let's make it real. Patricia, age 73, had been struggling with nighttime cramps and occasional indigestion. She thought it was just part of getting older. Then her granddaughter, a dietitian, suggested she try eating a small bowl of sautéed spinach with garlic and olive oil at dinner. Within a week, Patricia noticed her sleep improved. Her digestion felt calmer, and even her mood lifted. She called it her evening peace food. Leafy greens also help balance acid in the stomach, reduce mild constipation, and feed good gut bacteria, which are essential for immune strength. And magnesium doesn't just relax your body, it helps your mind. 2. It supports serotonin production, which can ease mild anxiety or tension that sometimes comes with aging. Here's how to make them work best for you. Steam or sauté greens like kale, spinach, collards, or bok choy until soft but still bright green. Add a small drizzle of olive oil or a few drops of lemon juice to enhance mineral absorption. If chewing is difficult, blend them into soups. They keep their soothing power. Here's the bottom line. Cooked leafy greens are your body's quiet companions, gentle, steady, and healing. They relax the gut, calm the nerves, and remind you that sometimes the simplest foods are the ones that bring the deepest comfort. 1. Sweet potatoes fiber, potassium, and gut-friendly energy. If there's one vegetable that brings warmth, color, and comfort to the aging body, it's the sweet potato. Soft, golden, and naturally sweet. This humble root has everything your body over 60 quietly asks for. Gentle fiber, soothing energy, and deep nourishment for your heart and gut. Here's why. Sweet potatoes are rich in soluble fiber, which acts like a soft sponge in your intestines, helping regulate digestion without irritation. They're also one of the best natural sources of potassium, a mineral that balances sodium levels and supports healthy blood pressure. And thanks to their low glycemic index, sweet potatoes provide a slow, steady release of energy. No sugar spikes, no crashes. According to the Cleveland Clinic and Harvard Health, potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes help reduce muscle cramps, lower water retention, and improve heart rhythm in older adults. Meanwhile, their orange flesh is filled with beta-carotene, a gentle antioxidant that supports vision and immune resilience. Let's look at a real-life story. Robert, age 76, used to skip dinner because he felt too tired to cook. One night, his neighbor brought him a bowl of baked sweet potato with a little cinnamon. He loved it. It was easy to chew, soft on the stomach, and left him feeling satisfied yet light. Soon, it became his favorite evening meal. Within weeks, his digestion improved, his energy evened out, and his doctor noticed healthier blood pressure readings. Sweet potatoes also support gut bacteria, something that declines naturally with age. Their natural prebiotic fibers feed the good microbes, improving mood, memory, and even immune strength. Here's how to enjoy them best. Bake or steam them until tender. Then add a small drizzle of olive oil or a sprinkle of cinnamon to balance sweetness and aid absorption. Avoid drowning them in brown sugar or butter. Their natural flavor is already healing. Here's the bottom line. Sweet potatoes are comfort, balance, and vitality wrapped in one. They nourish your gut, support your heart, and bring warmth to every meal. And maybe that's why, for generations, they've been called the happiness food of healthy aging. So now you know not all vegetables serve your body the same way after 60 Monday. Some need to be enjoyed in moderation, others embraced every day. And when you learn the difference, something magical happens. Your meals stop being confusing and start being healing. The truth is, aging doesn't take your strength away. It simply invites you to care for it differently. Every choice, a warm bowl of carrots, a handful of greens, a baked sweet potato becomes an act of renewal. Your body still listens. It still responds. And when you nourish it with the right foods, it thanks you in the best possible ways with steadier energy, calmer digestion, and the quiet joy of feeling good again. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, please give it a like, share it with a friend over 60, and subscribe for more gentle, science-backed insights on healthy aging. And tell me in the comments, which of these vegetables surprised you most today? Remember, this video is for general wellness education. If you have any health concerns or medical conditions, consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, because your body deserves guidance, not guesswork, and the more you listen to it, the better it will take care of you.